Hello, Flosstube watchers. My name is Vicky Stitch and Button. I am doing stuff a little bit different for today. Today is actually, the 18th? It's a Monday. I normally wouldn't be doing anything until the 27th, next Wednesday, putting something up. But because I'm going to be traveling and going to Georgia and then Nashville next week, I decided to go ahead and pre-film this as a little finish parade. A lot of these were seen in like my first or second video. I forget which one. Anyway, a lot of them were seen then, and then whatever I've finished since then in the past year. But I figured I'll show them again. It'll give you something to watch. It'll kill time. Listen to me. I don't know. It's up to you. Warning you now. I will try to remember who all the designers are and the particulars on what I stitched. But there's no promises, and there's not going to be any of the special links down below. So if you're interested in it, pay attention, write yourself a note. You can send me a message either on Instagram at QNVIKKI or Instagram at Stitch and Button Crafts, or you can email me here at stitchandbutton@gmail, and I'll try to answer whatever questions you might have. All right. Not too. I think I got this at a dollar store years ago. They don't even sell them anymore. It was cute. It's like there was a set of 4 of them. I think this is the last of these ones. They break after a while. Okay. Let me see. I am going to start with what I have on top because I have 3 FFOs I want to show you for a reason, because I did a series from Primitive Acorn. She's Teresa on Etsy. Her name's Teresa Margita, I think. And she goes by Primitive Acorns. And she had offered, if you buy 1 month and finish it before anybody else, she'd give you the next month for free. So this was in 2016, I want to say. Has to be. Anyway, so I did some of them, and I ended up buying the rest that I didn't earn. There's May. And I like these. The only thing that disappointed me was they ended up being different sizes. The first 2 months, this is May and June, and I'm going to have to restuff these. These are not, I'm looking at them going, ugh. So they need to be redone. But this is May and June. And I used the call for colors, but the fabrics, they're all different. They're all different. I think that these 2 are 36 count linen, I want to say. And I sit these in a bowl in my hallway all together. And then, see, this one's a totally different size from this one. So here was July. And I think they're called little monthly samplers, something like that. Now, those are the 3 that I finished, and I have more finished, but I didn't FFO them. I haven't gotten a chance to yet. Here goes all. Look, I was so prepared. Not. Hang on, let me grab a folder. Here. Old file folder. They come in handy, don't they? Okay. Here's August, and I put this on like a mint green. I did try to press these earlier today, but some of the wrinkles just are not coming out. And I've used best press and everything, so hopefully when I stretch them around something, looks like there's a dirt mark on there. Do you see that? Let's see what I can do about that. No, that's gonna bother me. If not, you know I'll stitch some more flour over that and make it look, can't fix it, feature it, right? That's the first time seeing that. That's weird. Anyway, okay, so here goes August. And he was cute. Little mouse and the bee. I am going to put this here. Okay. September. I did have plans to finish September. I just didn't get around to it. Here goes September. See, they got bigger. They went from this size to this size. And I don't think it's the count that I'm using. I think it's the actual patterns just change size and shape. I don't know. So there goes September. Now I added stuff to a lot of these. For September, I'm actually going to add like the sprig of, let's see if you can see it. Looks like straw and pumpkins. And I might add on these leaves. I don't know. But I figure it's something that I'll finish it with. I'll probably put the pumpkin and stuff down here. I just haven't done it yet. And I was thinking about adding this wool like on the sides or the bottom. I don't know. There was ideas and I just didn't do it. This is probably why you should FFO right away when you have an idea, right? Whatevs. I'll do it eventually. Or not. I don't know. I'm going to open this box so I can sort of get these put back where they need to be. I don't have an under the bed box like Pam and Steph do. I just have, I'll show you what I'm using. They're for the smalls. You get these at like Michael's and AC Moore or whatever other craft store you have for in the scrapbooking section. So if I lay them in there, they stay nice and flat most of the time. Okay, here is October. Again, these are all by Primitive Acorn. Acorn Primitives. Acorn Primitives. Now I'm double second guessing myself. Okay, here goes October. I added the little acorns on it since it already had some, and I have a bunch of those charms. I thought that would be cute on there. Primitive Acorns. Primitive Acorn. She's also Primitive Acorns on Instagram. Yeah, definitely. Here goes November. Again, I added another acorn on that one. Because my squirrel needed a nut. I'm just saying. This one, I think I want to add something to this. I just haven't figured out what. I forget what fabric this is, too. This might be a piece from Dixie Sampler. I don't remember. And she uses all DMC, and that's what I just kept with all the called for colors and chose my own fabrics on these. He was really cute. That snow was crazy, though. But the rest of it went pretty fast. Even the house, I mean, it was a lot of red, but that went pretty quick. But the snow, for some reason, it was not as fun as it could have been. All right, and January. I also did January. Like I said, I bought the other months. These are the ones that I had earned. It's cute. I think this needs something in it, too. I might have some snowflake charms or something to put on that. Or a bird charm, maybe. And then she also asked me if I'd stitch this for her, so I did because I thought it was cute. This one's called Love House. Don't remember. It's got the orange thing. Does that mean it's from which help? I don't know what the rules are on that. I don't remember what fabric this is. This might have been from Dames of the Needle, this fabric. But I thought this was cute. These are all available on her Etsy. That was pretty easy. That actually worked up pretty quick. Alright, now, this next one is a piece of, I don't know, it's opalescent, and I'm pretty sure I bought it at Silk Weaver. It's a yellow, and to be or not to be, I'm pretty sure this was a Lizzie Kate design. And you can sort of see the opalescent in there. I'm not sure if I want to frame this one yet, or I'm thinking maybe. Instead of doing like a pillow, because I mean, where am I going to put all these pillows? I don't have that many places to put pillows. This one I think was a freebie from Praiseworthy Stitches, maybe. I finished this last year real quick. I think it took me 2 nights to stitch in. And I also think I want to make this into like a little fob, a little hanging fob. I think that'll be cute. I had to have used overdyes on some of that pumpkin, but I don't know what I used otherwise. This is a called Snow Cone. This was in what's it say on there? Yeah, it says Snow Cone on there. And this was in a Just Cross Stitch magazine. It may have been 2017, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's also a elf one in either that ornament magazine or the ornament preview magazine right before it. I don't know if I want to do the elf or not. But I thought this was kind of cute. Obviously, that'll be finished into an ornament. Here's another one. I'm not sure how I want to really FFO it. This is a little bee from Lizzie Kate. These are the ones that come with the fabric and the buttons, but then you have to provide the floss. And I probably used, I think I used some Victoria Motto in it and some other odds and ends that I might have found that were similar colors. I might have even used some of the called for if I had them. This one's called My Other Car is a Broom, and I want to say it is from Bent Creek or Waxing Moon, one of those two. And it calls for an acorn button, but I made the hat. I made it out of polymer clay years ago. Mine needed a hat on it instead. Obviously, years ago, it's done in 2006. That I'll either put into a frame or make it like a, I don't know, a wall hang of some sort. Put it on something. I don't know. No clue. This is Happy 4th. This is from Hobnob. I don't think they're in business anymore. They had a whole bunch of these. I have the winter one done on my wall. And the button comes with it, and then that simple chart, and it real easy. I mean, you could stitch that up in one night, maybe two, if you don't have a lot of time to just sit down and do checkers. It's really cute. I did the winter one. That's hanging up already. I definitely want to put this in a frame because of that button. That one, I don't think I put a year on it, but I know it was way back in like 2006, 2007, somewhere around there. T for Thee. I want to say this is Hillside Samplings. I don't know if I used the called for it or not, but I know I added the tea bag charm. That wasn't on the chart. I added that myself. And obviously I did that back in 2005. I probably want to make it a little hanger to put in my kitchen somewhere. Maybe I can get like a little wooden piece to mount it on. This is Winter, and I think this is, again, either Bent Creek or Waxing Moon. I can't remember. I probably didn't use the called for threads for the winter portion, the word winter. That looks like 6-strand sweets. And I don't know if I want to frame it or not. I haven't figured. That's why he's sitting there, because I don't even know. This little Happy Broom, I don't remember where I got that from. It was a freebie online. And I know I used 6-strand sweets on that. I think I'm going to make that like a little ornament type thing also. And here's Where's the Party. I don't remember what fabric I used for this. It's some green fabric, and it's probably... it looks sort of 32 count, if I'm not mistaken. Where's the Party? That's from Lizzie Kate. And it came with the little beads that went on his boots there. This one I need to make into some kind of, mount it onto something, make it a, I don't know, maybe I might make it into an ornament. Let's see. This one I finished in 2016 after the Prim Stitchers Society. This came as a freebie from the retreat for the Prim Stitchers Society. That worked up pretty quick. This was by Not Forgotten Farm. And there was some doodads here. I don't remember what they were, but I sort of made them into my initials. That's a sort of V, and that's almost like a G. I decided that's how I was going to put my initials in it. I don't know what I want to do with that one either. This one is Greetings, and might have been called Season's Greetings. I know this one is by Nikki's Creations, and I want to say this design was from a magazine. It was either just Cross Stitch Magazine or the Primitive Punch Needle and Cross Stitch Magazine. And I used this fabric, feels like some kind of linen. Has to be looks like it might have been 28 count. And I don't know if I used the called for or not on it. I don't remember. But I do want to finish it maybe on a pillow type thing, because I was going to add this trim from Dames of the Needle, because I thought that would match perfectly. So we'll see. I might mount it onto a piece of wood or something like that, and then put the trim around it. But I kept that with it. Here are one of my photo booths. This Snowmen one. It might have been called Snow Friends or something like that. I thought this was cute. This is my friend Gina. It's my best friend Gina and I. This is stupid stuff we do in a photo booth. Alright. This next one, I did not put all these charms on yet. It's called Winter. And it is by Hindsight. And I do know the fabric was called, it was like Dove Stitch or something like that. I bought it years ago at one of the For the Love of Cross Stitch festivals up in Pennsylvania. How old is this? Looks like I finished it in 2013, but stitching it. But I know that I bought this fabric way before that. And I used a rayon, a variegated rayon, to give it a little bit of sheen, and had that printed. If you look at the back, you can see it. It's just white. So it's just printed on the front, sort of like the Fabric Flare, but this isn't Fabric Flare. It's a lot softer than Fabric Flare is. I think they were called Dove Stitch. I'm not mistaken. Anyway. Alright, again, I was in a round robin, and I really don't do them anymore. This is one case in point. This was a big giant piece of Veda. Had a whole bunch, everybody was supposed to put a Christmas theme, something in a block, and it just died off, and the person had like 3 different ones that sort of backed up at her house, and I refused to send this on because she wasn't sending them on. And I ended up with a big old piece of Aida with some things stitched on it. This was empty, and I added the charms. I figured it needed something like a little ornament type things. I added the charms. And I probably should make it into, even if it's a tree-shaped ornament. I just haven't done anything with it. There's another one that came with it. And, again, this is a round robin, and they got stains in the fabric. This came like this to me, with these stains and stuff. Another reason why I won't do a round robin. You know, when you stitch a certain way, and then you see somebody else's stitching, like this is a hot mess. It almost looked like, I don't know, she was doing weaving on the back of this. I don't even want this. If anybody wants this bear, if you are absolutely in love with this bear, let me know. I will send it to you. I don't even want it. I don't want to finish it. I'm tired of looking at it. I don't know. Alright. This one is one of those boxer kits from Lizzie Kate. Cinderella's Proof, a new pair of shoes. Like I can't read backwards. A new pair of shoes can change your life. It had buttons to go on the shoes. I wasn't digging the buttons. I left them off. I think that looks just fine. Not sure if I ended up doing... Because I don't think these come with... It just comes with the fabric, right? And the buttons. Doesn't come with the threads. So I don't even know if I did incorporate threads. Maybe some yes and some no. So that needs to be framed. This one is a V & Company model stitch. And the way she did it was you model stitched and kept it. She just sent you a PDF. So I stitched this. It says I'm a tweeter. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. It's not really my thing. It's cute. It's on Aida. It's on 18 count Aida. I guess I could make it into like a cube thing. I don't know. That's what. There's some things that are not done in here, like FFO'd for a reason, just because I'm just like, nah, I stitched it. I don't know what I want to do with it. This I definitely need to get framed, and I want to say I was racking my brain as to who the designer was when I ironed it again. I think it's Heartstring Samplery. I'm pretty sure. And I finished this early last year, almost like the first half of the year. And I used Victoria Motto threads on it. I do know that. And I put it on some linen, and I want to say it's 32 count linen. But I really like this. This needs to go on my hero wall, my patriotic wall. So I need to pull out my frames one of these days. And what I usually do is pull out my frame box because it's behind here with stuff on it. And I'll pull out all my finished stuff, and I'll match up frames with stuff that I have, and then put away all the frames and then keep all that out and then frame that stuff. I've done it a few times already. This little guy says Snow Fat, and I am 99% sure it's going to flop over. It's from Homespun Elegance, I think. Is it Homespun Elegance, or was it Heart in Hand? Just a little guy, I don't know. Didn't take me long at all. I think I want to make him into like a little fobby type hanging thing. He's cute. Another little tiny piece is this creepy crawly from Just Nan or Charlin Designs. I want to say it's Charlin. Or is it Just Nan? Might be Just Nan. I don't know. I gave away the chart. I forget. And that charm came with it. I think, matter of fact, when I gave it away, I gave away a different charm. It was sort of, I mean, it was a pretty nice sized charm with the spider web and spider on it. I think I want to make this into like a little fobby thing too. And then Nevermore. This was by Lizzie Kate. I forget what fabric I used, but it's a little modeled, and I changed the 31, the little 31 sign, to a little skull. I just sort of freehanded on there, and I think I just used 310 on him. I think it was just some DMC, and he's stitched up pretty quick. This one is by Amy Broken. This is I Run with Scissors. I changed my colors. I think they came purple. I changed mine, and I made the needle with silver metallic. And she had hers on some bright fabric. Was it green fabric? And I put mine on blue. So I think I need to find a frame for this. I don't know if I'm going to find a frame that oblong, like thin and tall. But we'll see. I think this needs to go with the stuff that hangs. I have 2 piles. Alright. Again, this piece. I just need to do something. I love this fabric, so I think I might want to incorporate it into a bag of some sort. Because I just love the fabric. This is Praiseworthy Stitches by the Light of the Moon, I think. And this was in a Halloween edition of Just Cross Stitch magazine. But I think in Just Cross Stitch magazine also, either earlier that year or after, they had a whole full chart of something, big old Halloween thing, and this was only a portion. So I have a feeling they took this out just to put into the ornament edition for the Halloween thing. So I need to figure out something to do with that. This one is Hillside Samplings. This one was the one I messed up. I messed up where the spider goes. It was supposed to go out and not be in her hair, but I made it like it was tangled in her hair because it worked for me. I don't think I used any of the called for threads. Maybe the black, maybe not. But I thought she was cute. And that needs to be made into like a little hanging fob also. I finished this one last year. I forget the designer, and if you go back a few videos, you'll see it in the links. It might be Doll Face Embroidery on Etsy. All one word, Doll Face Embroidery. This one's Laugh It Up Fuzzball. I did it in the called for threads, but I just threw it on this even weave fabric. It's like a denim blue. He needs to be framed. I don't know if I have a frame that size. And this one I did last year. This is My Heart is Fed. And it's by Silver Creek Samplers. I substituted metallics in for the thread, the word golden, and for silver, it's like a blackish silver metallic. And I even did the 2018. I had to change that out because it said a different year. I forget what year she did it in. And I made the thread go around the spool, the metallics. That will be framed when I find a frame that'll work. This is a piece by, I think this is By the Bay, if I'm not mistaken. Half applique, half cross stitch. And I threw that together. That only took me like a day. A night, I stitched that one night and then stitched these on. I used double-sided interface to iron them on, and then I stitched them into place. I don't know what I want to do with that. That'll probably be a pillow type situation there. This is called the Caboodle Garden. My friend Kaden from the Whole Stitching Caboodle group, she designed this. And there's a lot more colors in there, but what I decided to do was make it only a few colors that were very variegated. I'm thinking I might want to make this into like a pincushion situation, almost like a biscornu, but not quite, with like a button in the center. I think that would look kind of cool, maybe a flower button in the center. And these two are both by, I'm going to try to hang on both at the same time. These two are both by V & Company. And so far I've got summer and autumn done, and I do have spring and winter kitted up. I just haven't started them yet. These are, I think they're called like summer sampler and autumn sampler. And I just did the center part of the design in the called for DMC, but on the whole entire chart, she's got motifs that go in more blocks, like you just frame it out. I think it's 3 or 2. It's either 2 on either side or 3 on either side. I think this one has like a corn cob and a leaf and something else on either side. But after, when I was doing summer, I liked just the way that looked. And this fabric was big. I had to cut it out because I was going to do the whole entire thing, but then I decided I liked it just like that. So I decided to do the rest like that. Just do the centerpiece. And if I wanted to do the other motifs later, I could. So, that's that. This one I did earlier in the year. This was a 2018. I forget exactly what it's called, but I'm pretty sure that is a Little House Needleworks. Oops. And the fabric, I am also 99% sure that was hollow. That was from Silk Weaver, one of their hand-dyed fabrics. And I used most of the called for, probably not all of them. And I added my own charms at the top, the 2 snowflake charms, instead of stitching them in. Alright. Let's see. That's going to be an ornament, definitely. Still not sure what I want to do with this one. It's called Halloween Greetings. I think this is a Plum Street, and it came in a magazine. It was in one of the Halloween magazines from Just Cross Stitch magazine. Forget which year. I don't know if I used all the called for or not. I don't remember. It's definitely on a linen. I don't know which linen it is. Brown. I want to say it's a 32 count. That's what I usually use, so. But that's cute, Plum Street. If you get the Just Cross Stitch magazine, it's only a couple years old. It's not that old. Here is it's like Christmas line or Merry Christmas. It's from Dames of the Needle. The fabric itself may be Dames of the Needle, but I want to say it might be also Vicki Clayton. But this stitched up, like, I think I started and I was almost done the first night, but then I just finished it real quick the next night. The design is from Dames of the Needle. I know she's got it on her Etsy page. You can buy it off her Etsy page. It's, the only thing is you need to couch or next level back stitch this line here. That took me a little bit to get it. And it's still not quite right for me, but I think I'll make it work once I get it FFO'd. I'll put some interface on it and stuff, and that'll be that'll be an ornament. All right, this I also finished last year. A lot of these were part of my cross stitch throwdown with Gigi and Stitches. This is a Little House Needleworks. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's definitely Little House Needleworks. And I didn't use a lot. I don't know if I used any of the called for. I changed the package. I think the package is supposed to be green, but I used the colors I liked. I think he turned out cute. The fabric is an even weave. 32 count. I don't know what kind of fabric it is. It's serged. I don't know where I got it. And if you saw my videos from last year, I probably put the info in the video when I finished it. This one is December 25th, and it's by Pineberry Lane. And this is on Vicki Clayton's hand-dyed fabric. Not sure what I used. I may have used the silks, her silks also on that. That's one that I did last year when I went to go visit my mom and I was sitting at night. And it's one of the ones I finished up real quick. This is another one I finished when I went up to see my mom in early November. Is it early November or late November, early December? Whatever. And I changed the colors and used Vicki Clayton silks on this. And like I said, this is the charm. They don't always have the same exact charm. I really wish it was the coffee grinder charm though, but that's cute. I haven't figured out what I want to do with this. Probably put it on, mount it on something, make it a little hanging thing for the kitchen. And then I found some ribbon that might work. Who's the designer on this one? I can't remember who the designer is. I know it was a PDF. The little stitcher. And I think there was lace that you stitched here. But I don't want to do that. I can put pieces of lace there if I choose to do that. But I found some check ribbon, the blue check ribbon, that I might put. I'm going to incorporate it in there however I finish it. But I found it and I put it with it. That way I'd remember. I did use, I want to say this is 28 count. And I used red metallic braid for the shoes to make them sparkle. Alright. This is Eek by Amy Brooken. And it's stitched on Monster Mash. That I do know. And it's the opalescent Monster Mash. Is that... And it's on Even Weave. No, that's a linen. And is that the Pictures Plus? Then I haven't put on the pack yet. Because I haven't figured out what I know I said I wanted to put it on a bag because I really like the fabric. But I haven't figured out for sure how I'm going to attach it onto what yet so it sits. Here goes what... This is what started hashtag Audrey is a bully. It's Bubble Bubble by Good Florist Stitchwort. You could still get this on Etsy. And Audrey bullied me starting this one. And that started that whole feud. I changed out most of the color. I don't think I used any of the called for colors. Both Audrey and I chose not to do a gray hand, but rather a green hand. I used Hot Rod, I think, from Weeks Dye Works for the flames. Some Victoria Motto was, I think the purple was Victoria Motto that I stitched in there. I just picked out what I liked. And it's a lot smaller than I thought it would be, and I still have not. I know, I think I said I wanted to put this on some type of bag too, but I haven't figured it out. So it'll stay until I figure out exactly. I don't want to, I know people are like, oh, you need to finish it right away. I get it, but I don't, because sometimes I like the stitch and I don't know how I want to finish it. So why do I want to rush into just slapping it on something just to put it up? It's a thought process for me, and that works for me. Now, some of them I'm like, I really need to just get this framed real quick. But just, like, stuff like that. I like it. I want it. I'm not sure how I want to finish it, so it's not hurting anything sitting in there until I figure out exactly how I want to do it. This one is another one by Dollface Embroidery on Etsy. Love You to the Moon and Back. With my little Death Star. Love this fabric. It's opalescent. And I'm pretty sure this was a Silk Weaver piece also. I think it was a solo because she had this little spot here. I don't think that bothers us at all. It almost looks like it's probably like an X-Wing fighter in the background or something. Yeah, that one I definitely want to frame, so I just have to find a frame that'll fit it. This needs to hang up. I hang my larger pieces on a pants hanger, and I used fusible interface because it was just, I mean, fusible fleece, but I put the fusible stuff on the outside to cushion it. But that's how I'll hang these. So they hang up, and then I put a plastic bag over it to keep dust off and put in the closet. That way once they're ironed, they stay nice and flat. Here is that part of Here Lie My Needles. After I figured out I hated the fabric and the chart, I couldn't read it good. It was hard to read, so I decided I didn't want to stitch anymore, and I passed it on. But I did finish the fox and the tree, so that'll be made into an ornament. I think that'll be a cute ornament. And then here goes one of the Founding Fathers series, I think it's called. And it's Ben Franklin, and it says, "Where liberty dwells, there is my country." B. Franklin, 1783. I think this is a 28 count. It's either 28 or 32, and all of this and this is all 1/1. Pretty sure it's 1/1. The black might actually be 2/1. But the red is definitely 1/1. I just used DMC 310 for the black, and then for the red, I chose a really rich red from Victoria Mono. This one goes into a frame. That is definitely going into a frame. I don't know if I have one that's that size, so once I pull out this frames, that's one of the first ones I'm checking. Here goes Frankenboo. I just finished him recently, and the buttons they put in my pack were wrong. They were way too big, so I ended up stitching my little spiders in there. I have a couple more of these phone booth ones to do. I know I had the New Year's one, and I think I have one more. Here goes Neighbor Ray. This is the one that I made the cup into a steaming cup of coffee instead of a measuring cup, and I added the year in that blank space up there. He's supposed to have a spoon charm here. I have a spoon, which I would have put on there, but it was too big, so I decided to keep it off if I didn't have the right size. I think he's cute. He will be an ornament. I just recently finished a little beach from Lizzie Kate. That I think I'll frame. I think that would be cute in a white frame. Little beachy scene. Little bit of Florida. Okay. These ones, and I want to pull out this too. Alright. If you've watched me on Instagram or watched my last video, I showed you I was almost done with the wizard, the night wizard, and I am. I'm doing really good. This is Night Wizard by Dragon Dreams. They're freebies. You can't get them anymore. If you didn't get them, you're not going to. She doesn't have them on her site anymore. She only offers some. And she's got a Facebook, so there's a few you can get from either one. I finished the side, and I did post a picture of the candle and the moon, and I started some of the back stitching. So that up top, the words, and because it says nighttime is magic up top. And then I did some back stitching in here. I don't know what's going on with these lights. So I did some more dark green. I put in some more white. I put in all this blue over here and some of this purple and some yellow. So he's coming along, and I wanted to show you. Okay, so I have already done Evening Fairy and Morning Fairy, and this is what it looks like. Evenings are meant to be magic, especially if they include chocolate. So there's the evening. And then the morning fairy says, "I don't do cute before coffee." And I don't know what that white is. I don't know if something dyed it or got on it, but it's going to have to stay. Alright, if you look, that says 2007 on it. The other one said 2009. The morning guide does not have a year on it, and I don't remember if I did them before or after, but here goes the morning wizard. Sort of haphazardly did his beard, but I mean, what would yours look like in the morning? And it's sort of an iridescent flecked, I think it's a Rainbow Gallery. I probably could have done it a little bit better, but it works for me. And it says coffee is magic in the morning. And there's some of that in... I did cross stitches in here with that same stuff. And I'm thinking I probably would have been better off if I just did a half stitch. You know? But I wanted to give them fuzzy bunny slippers and stuff. Kind of cute. What I want to do is I think I want to put the morning fairies on a bag, one on either side, and then do the night wizards on a different bag. And I'm torn as to whether I want to make them like tote bags where I can put my projects in for on the go, or if I just want to make them into project size bags or something, there's options. But I think that's how I'm going to go with that. So that's those, and these are all on the same fabric because I had originally planned on framing them. Now I'm not so sure. I think the bag idea is more functional. So, and put this over here. Okay, so that's all my smalls, and then I have some larger ones, and we'll be done. All right. Earlier in the year, I showed you this. I forget when I started. It's like 2005, maybe. This is Donna Vermillion and it's one of her pillows from Just Cross Stitch magazine. I put it away for so long, but it's done. It's all done. I love it. I know I want to make it into a pillow, like a big pillow, but I haven't found. I have looked, and I keep my eye out. When I find the perfect fabric, then it'll be made into a pillow. But I'm not going to just settle. There's no reason to settle, right? This, I do believe, needs to be made into, I don't know about wall hanging, but at least needs to be framed. This is, what was it called? It might have been called The Way to Happiness, but I'm not quite sure. And it's by Jardin Privé. And it says, the way to happiness, keep your heart free from hate, your mind from worry, live simple, expect little, give much, scatter sunshine, forget self, think of others. And then the person that wrote that, Norman Vincent Peale, I chose, because they had versions without putting his name, but I say give him credit, why not? I used Picky Clayton silks to stitch all this, and I made her dress blue because blue's my favorite color. And this is still available on the blog site, so if you really want to stitch this, you're more than welcome to. I think it comes in 5 parts, so you just have to, and different languages. I think you can do it in German, French, Italian, English, I'm not sure if there's and Spanish, definitely Spanish. And there we go. So that needs to be framed. And I iron this again, and there's a stitch messed up in it. And I think what I'll do right before I go and frame it, I'll take my snag nabbit and pull it through, because I put, this fabric is Vicky Clayton, and it moves a lot. It's got a heartbeat, so it moves a lot on its own. And the stitch apparently came loose on it, just by a little bit. But I think if I pull the snag nabbit through it, then I'll be alright. But I'm not going to worry about it now because it's not loose. It's just, you know, it's not sticking out on one end. It's just a little askew. Alright, this is part of that round robin. And Mary in Arkansas, if you stitched this, you should probably say hi to me, because I can't remember what Mary it was. Love this. I don't know who the designer is. If anybody knows the designer, let me know. But I do love this. I think this is cute. And it says Melting Snowman, and it says back someday. And she put the little scarf. It's just adorable. She's like one of the only ones that did a great job. Somebody, look, when they were doing the round robin, and I think that was the original person stitching, never finished their part, just sent it on, and had a big old hoop mark on it, a dirty hoop. Anyway, I want to make that into an ornament. This is part of that. I just left it on this big piece for now until I make it into an ornament. But I like that part. This one is, it snows, therefore I am. And again, I think it was Waxing Moon. I think that's a Waxing Moon. If not, correct me. I don't know if I used all the call for colors. I do know that that scarf is in that fur stuff from Rainbow Gallery, because he needed a furry scarf. It's chilly out. And I put the year 2007 on it. So I finished in 2007. The snowflakes are done in this little bit of a metallic rayon stuff. And I don't remember, I don't, it might be like Arctic Rays or something from Rainbow Gallery. This is a tree. This was the second tree that I did from M Designs. I did the Halloween tree that's framed, and then I did this Christmas one. And this fabric may be a silk weaver fabric. It's a linen, and I used a yellow rayon thread to do the word Christmas, and it needs a whole bunch of buttons on it. I'm supposed to put a whole bunch of buttons, and then it'll need framed. I don't have money for framing. I'm not in a rush to find the buttons to put it on there, so it'll stay for now. This one, Ye Old Coffee House. This was in, I want to say this was in a magazine. I forget which magazine it was. I don't think it was just cross stitch. It might have been cross stitch and needlework. And it's by Little House. And I did this on it's actually like a placemat, a linen placemat that I found at the thrift store. It's got an uneven weave, which means that it made it oblong. So this is supposed to be wider. So that shouldn't be as long. It's probably square compared to it. And this should be a squat house, like a wider cube type house. So you might have seen this and go, why is it stretched out? Because it is. I think the count on this linen, and I don't know if I used the called for colors. I don't remember. I did it a while ago. But I did like the way it turned out, and I actually prefer it oblong opposed to wider. Now I just need to find, I think one of those frames that you get with the pre-printed crap on there at like Dollar General and stuff, I bet you if I got one of those, it'd be the perfect size. I could just take out the little print and put this in there. I've done that before with another one. Yeah, I think the count on this ended up being 32 by 40. So it made everything oblong, and I loved it. I think I have another one of these placemats somewhere too. I think that's cool. This is on Ada. This is called Seaside Memories. When I was doing a lot of clay buttons and stuff, Vivian Bales and I had talked. She made this design. I made the buttons, and I think I've sold all of them. The buttons are a little bit thicker than I prefer. You know, it's in the beginning when you start learning how to do stuff. I do actually have, like, one of the umbrella tops. I don't have any more of the blanket or I tried to make a checkered towel. I have more of the sun, and I have some more of these beach balls. So it's not a real loss if you're missing out on the blanket, right? You could stitch one in. Anyway, it's called Seaside Memories. And I don't remember. I know this is a hand-dyed Ada. I can tell, but it's modeled. And I can't remember what threads it is because I'm not looking at the design right now. I thought that's cute. I need to get it framed. Or frame it myself. Here's another one that's frame-worthy. Anybody that does a Teresa Wensler needs to frame that stuff. This fabric is so dirty. I wonder if I can't get that, wash it before I end up. It took me so long to do it, years. And I finished it in 2005. So, this was my first Teresa Wensler that I did. And I added the little tea bag to it. I want to say his name. I can't remember his name. And I want to say it's a freebie. I think you can actually get this for free if you look up like Teresa Wensler Designs or Design Works or something like that. You might still be able to get this as a freebie. There's a lot of tweeting in that, by the way. A lot of blended threads. But he turns out really cute. That needs to be framed. I am almost done. My goodness, it's almost an hour. Who knew? I had too many finishes and not enough FFOs, right? Don't make me call my flying monkeys. Is that Waxing Moon, guys? I think it is. If it's Waxing Moon, what year did I finish it? 2007. It's been a minute since I finished it. But that needs to probably go in a frame also. And here are, these are seasons, and I forget which seasons they are. I think they're boxers. They're definitely boxers from Lizzie Kate. I did all 4 seasons. Here's winter. I probably used all the called for colors too, if I remember right. There's winter. There's spring. If I didn't use all the called for colors, I used a pretty close substitution. Definitely. Here's summer. Those little peas. Like that. And here's autumn. If I can find a cool, pretty substantial size square frame, I might even sew these together and put them in a frame like that. I think they're cute. Otherwise, I don't know what else I want to do with them. So they're stitched though, for when I figure out what to do. I've introduced this one before. This is Warm Winter Wishes. This is by Ben Creek. No, Waxing Moon. I lied. It's Waxing Moon. I think I used most of the called for colors, but this is on an Aida. It's on a Dove 18 count Aida. I think it's called Dove. And it's like a damask. It's shiny on the flat parts of the Aida. It's pretty cool. All of these snowflakes are done in an iridescent rayon type thread, which might or might not be from Rainbow Gallery. I did them back in 2007, obviously. So yeah. Now he's warming his butt, which it should be melting. But I've always wanted, even when I was stitching it, I was thinking about changing it. And I was gonna put the flames going this way and him a little charred with some steam and maybe like a little wind, like he farted and the flames burnt the penguin because I'm twisted in the head. Laugh. That's pretty funny. I think that'd be pretty hysterical. I did not do it. I kept it cute. And I'm not picking it out. So if you want to do it, you take that idea. I definitely want to see a picture of it. Of him flaring up that penguin with a fart. I think it would be funny. And let's see. This one is Seasons. And I think this is by Val Stuff. If I'm not mistaken. I don't think I used any of the called for threads. I just did what I wanted. Or what was close to it. Pretty cute though. That cat. Pumpkins. Snowman. I think I want to frame that also. I just haven't found a frame for it. This is Land of Liberty. I did this in 2015. Is this a Plum Street, guys? I want to say it's Plum Street. I think, and if so, I think it's actually my first Plum Street that I ever did. I don't think I used all the called for, if I remember correctly. No, I think I did. I think it was a kit. And I can't remember what the fabric is. Because it might have been a kit where I had to pick my own fabric. I'm not sure, but this is a gray fabric. And it's linen. And maybe it did come with it. I don't know. It's really cool, though. I really like the fabric. Look at that modeling on there. And it's more gray than this brownish that's coming up. It's really cool. I like it. That needs to be framed to go on my hero wall. This is a Plum Street. And this is Murray 2. This came as a kit. So maybe Land of Liberty wasn't a kit. I can't remember. This one was a kit. And when I bought it, I ended up doing all these leaves in black by accident. Had to pick it all out. So then when it came to doing everything else, I knew I was going to run out of the black. So I chose a dark blue. I think, or it's vice versa. I made it work though. What needed to be, whatever color worked out. I still think this fabric should have been a little bit darker because that snowman really doesn't show up too well. He sort of gets lost in it. I think a coffee tea dye would have been better. Of course, you don't think about that right away, right? I didn't. I just did it. Yeah, my second Plum Street. Alright, and here goes another Lizzie Kate. Is it Lizzie Kate? No. Yeah? I can't remember. You tell me. Is that Lizzie Kate Velcome? Or is that Waxing Moon? I can't remember. The orange and yellow going around the sign is glow in the dark. But the stars I didn't do in glow in the dark. And I don't know that I used all the called for colors. But he's cute. And I think I want to put that, I want to mount that maybe on a little sign so I could hang it near the front door during Halloween. I don't remember what fabric I'm using either. Not a clue. And then last but not least, this is Beans Beans. That's by Plum Street, right? Just finished this last year. This is on Vicky Clayton fabric with Vicky Clayton silks. This definitely needs to be framed. Love this. I think that's cute. And I'm done. It only took me an hour. I had to get some more finishes in, huh? Maybe I get some FFOs and do an FFO thing. I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope I'm having a good time. I'm going to try to figure out how to schedule this to upload on a certain time. I know other people have, so I'll just have to take a look at it. If this goes up on the day it's supposed to, which is Wednesday the 27th, then I should be in Georgia still with Elizabeth and packing the car for Thursday for us to leave. And then after that, you'll see me on my regular scheduled Wednesday, which is 2 weeks after the 27th. Do the math, I don't know, it's sometime in March, huh? I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you're getting a lot of stitching done. I know I had the giveaway. I have not done that. I will do that drawing definitely for my next video when I'm home. I mean, I'm home now, but you know what I mean. So, I have not forgotten about it, though. And I welcome all your comments. And like I said, if you have any questions about this crap, just let me know. Just ask. And I will look up or figure out or tell you I really don't know on some of this stuff. But, you know, off the rip, I wasn't going to sit here and make a whole big list of who the designer was. And I don't have a journal, and I'm not going to start a journal. Sorry. I'll remember what I can remember, or I'll look back when I originally posted it and get the info. But I hope everybody's doing well, and if you're not doing well, you're doing better, okay? Don't forget, don't let anybody steal your sunshine. You have a great one. I'll see you in a couple weeks.